Alrighty, and we're all set and all is good to go. Let's get into the overnights. And let's pull the schedule just now. Do. Notion. Local platform. Hopping in first and foremost with the what happened overnight. Heading into the secondary session, you see the market squeezed up. There was an extreme market on close imbalance, positive plus 1300 across the Nasdaq and the S&P. Market squeezed and since then consolidated. We do see some heavy dropping around 8 o'clock. Looking in towards the financial juice. Basic examinations in here. The funds rates are still staying the same. Let's cover all the news since yesterday's close. Alrighty. A fair amount of news here. At the same time, let's look at the news for today, May 7th. Heading in at 10 o'clock, we have the Treasury, U.S. Treasury SEC Securities, Treasury Securities, Ascent testifies. We'll pull that up later at live. 10:30, crude inventories. To do gas, distillate, crude, crushing inventories. 12 o'clock, percent meets with GOP on taxes, and Trump at the swearing-in ceremony at 12:30. FOMC rate statements at 2 p.m. and interest rate decisions as well. Some key hours for trading. This is going to be interesting for trading today. Now, we cover that. Let's also get back to the bottom of market news and see what happened after the market closed. Additionally, we're going to be pulling up our notes to review later on before the market trading actually begins. Let's just remember everything that went wrong yesterday, but also what went right. Hold on, went a little too far there. That is in the opens. Let's head into 16. 4 p.m. Price spikes and volume. Told Trump why none of the tariffs made sense. Karen did not make this play in a confrontational way, meaning that tariffs on Canada are still ongoing with the talks. Canada will never be for sale. Let's look for more of the red news headlines. The Indian Armed Forces launches Operation Sindhud, hitting terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Not sure how that affects the economy, but interesting. Intense shelling. Okay, so they're just having like a war over there. Okay, that's all right in the meantime, I guess. Not the best thing to hear. U.S. Treasury Secretary, SEC, okay, Secretary, okay. U.S. Treasury Secretary was sent to meet with China, a lead economic official, on May 8th. Since this news has come out, market skyrocketed at the opens, at the 6 p.m. open, at the break. Greer went to Switzerland. Greer and Bissent are going to China. This is around 6 p.m. Since then, nothing has actually happened, so we're kind of actually going to disregard this news in the meantime. We're going to bring back steel, semiconductors, and medicines. Interesting. And Pakistan has shot down 5 Indian aircrafts, taking soldiers prisoner. Pakistan and India at war. Okay. Not sure really what it has to do with everything else, but I guess it is world news, so. Scrolling through, I'm trying to like speed read this. I don't really see anything that's too striking, honestly. Germany and France are working together in Europe right now. A lot of France and German talk right now. And I guess that's kind of all that's it for now. Until the news comes out around 10 o'clock and 10:30 for crude, and Basint starts speaking. So we will have to keep an eye out for that, as Basint speaking will certainly do something to our markets here. I'm going to turn this account on, which is kind of funny. It is kind of void at this point, but nevertheless, let's hop in here. One thing I don't like the best about this is having to mark this out across 2 different timelines. So I think I'm just gonna stop that for now and just use one chart and just keep moving things over. We're gonna hop back in here on a 30-minute time frame here. We're gonna try using one time frame at a time here actually. So here we have in our black we have VWAP. We're actually just gonna make this a thick yellow line here. I think we're gonna turn our charts back to how they used to be. I love them when they were before. Gradients on pink and purple, pink and blue. So we have VWAP, and we're currently running our EMAs 20, 50, and 100 with the volume also on. We'll turn that on just in case. This is really nice setup here. These are the only indicators I'm actually running. I think they're fairly nice. So hopping in, we do have 830 range, I believe. We can move this up into the corners. Actually, we'll put this chart link right here. Doesn't cover too much or anything relative. And let's hop in with 830 range. 830 range is actually a bit smaller of a candle than we were expecting. I'm looking, here just go over liquidity here. But heading forward, we're just gonna turn display capture on. I'm not sure if it was on before, so fairly nice. Hopping into the small time frame, so you can see lows and highs. See, we're raging here. We have something significant here. I do want to start marking out 30-minute highs and lows going from the overnight session, which appeared to overall just consolidate, for being honest. We have a high here that was not regathered. Overall, looking into the markets, we're seeing kind of just retesting of just real range. Range that we have made on the 2nd was Friday. I believe so. It may have been Friday range. 2 more days would bring us to the 9th. Yep, so Friday's range. So we're kind of really just sitting in here. Friday having opened around the 1990, well, 900 flat, peaking up to 300 to 260 actually. And we've just kind of been in this range for a good amount of days here. Well, since then, currently hitting the bottom of Friday's range. So that is definitely unique and something to see and behold. Speaking of that, if we are indeed just chilling within Friday's range, I do want to clear this out here. Bless me indeed, I'm about to sneeze. Thank you, Lord. Hopping back in here, let's get in yesterday's range as well. Bring this to over the 6th. We really are just sitting within Friday's range. I do have some lows. I'm not really expecting that, and I think I will clear my charts of those nasty lows. We do see the pre-market, which we had marked out previously and prior. Clear out some of the long-term support lines. And also continue to update our charts as well. So what is happening here? We have an extreme low heading in. That's why this line is here. This is why it was so relevant. This range right here. But nevertheless, this is what Thursday's range, Thursday's low, extreme drop following a Wednesday spike. Lovely to see. This appears to be over post market. This is 6 p.m. Bug gets retouched, grabbed. We cannot break higher right now, but we do see kind of a wedge forming. If we can kind of get this a little bit tighter, it'll be a wedge. You can see the upward squeeze. One thing I would love to see right here is maybe the touch of the 1830 range, breaking our way back into the open at 960s, and squeezing back up to see if we can touch range height. Hmm. Lower highs. So let's look at this right. Higher high. Let's look at more recent structure, actually, before I go into that one. That's not really like my specialty or my expertise area. But moving forward, I can tell you I do know EMAs and range. Looking at this on the daily, how are we looking out here? Yesterday did peak. If we turn this off here, we touched support, gathered our way back up. Today during the pre-market session, we're expecting the market rallied up, come back down. We're seeing where the market will finish. while we will be looking for the rally upwards, there is a chance we could see it continue lower before rallying up. Based on a lot of trade talks, it would appear to be going well at the moment. Hmm. Alright, checking back on the financial news. Did anything new come out? With 25 minutes till market opens, let's get our setups ready and we'll check across the instruments. Namely, let's check crude next. And close this out for now. No news over here at the moment. 835 was the last piece of news we had. 850 with the effective funds rate currently staying the same. But let's bounce across the instruments. Checking with crude overnight what happened. We see once again that the session opened up with a squeeze, drop down, grab support, continue to squeeze, but now it appears we are heading sell-sided. This could be interesting. The crude for the moment is definitely heading sell-side. Definitely something to keep our eyes on there. Maybe a pullback and hopping on a slow trade, even though we don't primarily trade crude. I do love gold. I love watching gold at times. Gold is one of the more interesting things I like to see. But conversely, unlike crude, gold has seen a significant drop, dropping from 450 down to 400 flat at the open. Bless me indeed, Lord. I'll be right back shortly. Thank you very much. And we are back at 9:13. So, with gold also having just really dropped down during the Asian session until consolidate a little bit, and just kind of went flat. Now, one thing I do want to check for is the market sessions really. Get them over here. These are in the session I'm really looking for here. I want to look for it and find the Asian sessions. There's an indicator for this, which should be my favorites. This is it. Is it just not on? Tokyo. Did I change them? No way. So I just duplicated them. Hmm. Add it back in. Mm. Okay, I see the Tokyo session now. It's just a little faded. Let's turn this back in, make it a little darker. I think that helps. Really just want to focus on the sessions where we aren't primarily trading and keep an eye out. Alrighty. So at the height of the Tokyo session, well, the opening, we see a significant drop in gold with the Asian session, I'd say. Then it kind of rallies back up and just kind of ends just under where it started, having a total drop from 4010 to 380, about 30 points total. Still fairly nice moves. As the previous day on Monday, we did see a significant rally at the start of the Asian session. Very real, very real. Hello there. I'm at home at the moment. You need my assistance. How long can you guys delay? How long can you guys delay? An important person coming at any minute now, and that's very interesting. My plans, you guys really love to cut into them. Oh, do not make me hang up the phone. What do you need done? Okay, so what am I coming over to do then? What's the question? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. 30 minutes of my time. Sounds. No, no. Hmm. You guys are really interesting people, I'd say. Alrighty, I'll see what I can do. I'll message you my response. Alrighty, then. No setback can hold me. We're just gonna say that now. No setback is holding me. So let's keep that moving. Crude, we don't really see it return to its highs here, or to the lows. Even if we like, we'd have to kind of skew that, and I'm not charting that like that for crude for the Asian session. Maybe you do this, but still it doesn't hold exactly until later on to the next Asian session, but still. Hmm, very interesting, very formal. I don't think we have the London session on here. Do they overlap? I think they would, because we lap with the overlap with the London session. So okay. Tokyo session ends at 9, there's no way. I don't want to pull up ChatGPT right now. What time does the Asian market close? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mhm. That's not my time. 12 METC. I don't. Yeah, we'll find that out later. Let's get back into it. Market opens in 10 minutes. People want to request my attention. Oh, this account's cooked. Oh, yeah. This account is like sitting on bankrupt. Let's go over this real quick. Since we have two combined, well, one combine right now, which is active. I'm top into this one today. This is where we're currently sitting. Fresh open trade. Two trades. That's it. And hopping into our XFA, which we did cook. Stop loss twice. Let's remember this. We moved our stop loss twice in one day. Couldn't set it back. And then the next day, we just took three trades within like 2 minutes and blew our account. Here we currently sit with about $20 of wiggle room. So this account is cooked. Very unfortunate here. We were on our fourth day. One more day for a payout. And, dunk dunk. Two bad days. Didn't follow the stop loss plan. But overall, I'm looking crude. I just want to know why it dropped down to this level. So this line right here is a little too steep for it to be this point. So my question is, why did crude drop so steeply? What happened overnight on Friday? Well, heading into Sunday. Let's see a 12 o'clock rally, and I could sell this way back down. The entire day was range, if you grab this right. It closed at the halfway point of range, opens up way below, repeaks at the top of range, coming into Tuesday. Currently finding ourselves in the middle of this range. Interesting. Let's clear this off the charts for now. You know what? I'm not really going to worry too much, as I like to say, about taking a trade today. But I do just want to get the idea going, the flow going here. The overall setup and consistency. We're going to keep rotating around the crude. I just want to get you guys like understand how I'm trading, how I believe it is a successful way to trade. Which for this reason I do run four charts, sometimes three. 30 minutes, 15 for range, 3 minutes because I love the EMA. 1 minute is a little bit more reactive because if I'm trading 3 minute, I'll need 1 minute to use it. Because I have this idea, right, that wherever things look the smoothest for trading on, you need to go just one below on it. At 3 minutes, if I'm back testing, right, less than indeed. And I say, you know what, wow, this 3 minute chart looks fairly easy. I can see this, right? It's going to be a little bit more difficult to trade it on 3 minutes for me. Therefore, I'm going to use 3 minutes and the 1 minute. I'm going to use, if I'm using the 5 minute, I'll use a 5 and a 2 minute. Makes it a little bit easier. If I'm trading 1 minute, I might throw in 15 seconds or ticks, which is why if you actually do head over to Topstop, I am running ticks. Hop into our 4 chart layout, which I'd say they're just our standard layout at this point. They're all 30. Hold on. Clunk. Bless me indeed. I'm about to sneeze again. Quite the day. We're going to be looking to hop in here with one contract based on the market opens. We're seeing that we're below range right now, heading back in though, with 8 minutes to spare. Question of the day is, do we hop on crude, I'm sorry, the NASDAQ, right? Or do we hop and play the S&P? Let's get this actually over here. We'll watch the S&P from over here. Let's mark out at 8:30 range. Dude, what a lovely day here. A lot of consolidation, which is a little questionable for me since we're kind of consolidating within ranges. So we're going to erase this. I want to erase this range here. I'll let it off my charts for a moment. I want this plus line gone as well. They'll let me get rid of that. I will. Um, much better. Much better. So here we have ourselves coming back up to squeeze our way into range. And looking at it on a 30-minute time frame, do we have support and resistance? Let's find this out. We see some levels of resistance here. Let's really cook this in here. Okay. And we just see this overall barrier. Praise the Lord. Hello. I'm doing good this morning. How are you? Yes. Not really my concern, but I'll head over onto you. Food is food. This go to sleep then. But I'll see what I can do. I'll join you shortly. Thank you very much. All right, bye, Auntie. Love you. This isn't a setback. This isn't a setback because there's plenty of time to trade here. Let this be a lesson that while we did make plans to trade the open, watching the market and learning today and doing our other labors progressively, not quitting. But nevertheless, I will leave you guys with my strategy right now. So let's get this in here real quick since the market is about to open. To do, I would normally trade the Nasdaq using the S&P runs the same, but I'm going to use the Nasdaq for the simplicity's sake of the exact measurements of what I'd be using. Hopping in here, I'm going to hop in on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so we have our 8:30 range, We don't have it on here just yet. Let's put it back on charts. 8:30 candle. This is our 30-minute range using the next two candles. I'm going to use my low. We have it. We use pre-market lows and pre-market highs. We have a high way up here. Market's also consolidating. So I'm also going to map this out just because I do see it here. These are the highs we want to target. I don't normally use, I'd say, diagonal support and resistance lines anymore, but for the sake of me seeing it right now, I can see market spiking up and grabbing that. We see we're opening, we just hit the close, yesterday's close, then rallied back up into our opening range. Now we're conversely, we're looking for the downside support range, downside resistance. Well, yeah, downside support. You're taking this low, this low. We're using the 15-minute candles, and if you don't like those two candles, you can grab this low and this low. I really don't want to grab this candle right here. This is kind of like icky. But for the sake of it, you could draw double. I really don't like doing three lines. So worst case scenario, you have two lines of support here. You have your pre-market low that you're aiming for, pre-market high, pre-market low. You have 2 points. And I like to do my range-based trading, as in I like to enter or close a trade at the halfway point of range, or I would enter at the bottom of range. I don't like entering in the middle. Support lines, I used to enter off them. Sometimes I'll just close the profit on there. But I will trade it on the 3-minute time frame. Therefore, let's hop in here more zoomed in. Running the 3-minute and the 1-minute to see more scale. About to run the 3-minute time frame because the 3-minute EMA of 20, 50, and 100 appear to be some of the most, I would say, most well-respected EMAs. The market respects them in my sense. And it's also easier to get me like sell side and buy side signals. Like right here, these two candle rejection, and the third candle following, once breaking this wick, could definitely signal a strong rejection here. It's just easier to see the signals on 3 minutes and 1 minute using their EMAs. But heading back over to today's market, if it does start to fall, you can see the fall here, entering in at the low. Or if it starts to rise, we could be looking for a sell side or a buy. Either way, I tried to go with the market or go with my range-based trading. But it looks like I will be trading on the fly here if I do take trades in the open. I'm going to hop in on the S&P for the simplicity's sake of not getting cooked here. S&P, let's actually mark this out here, 30-minute time frame. Dunk, dunk, and hop in on the double. 3 minutes, 1 minute. This is where we are right now with one contract. Are we eager? Are we going to force the trade here? I feel like I'm going to force the trade, and there for that reason, this is not a good time to trade. I'm going to close out and catch you guys later. Thank you very much. I've explained myself. And guys, make sure you take profit here. I do like to normally run two contracts, so it's easier for me to scalp out. But lately, I haven't been doing that, and it's kind of been screwing me. But also, I've been getting greedy. So we're working on this areas, and we'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much.